Hi and welcome to episode 11, season 4 of A Brief History of Nothing. On this day, the 19th of January... June. Sorry.
Wrong J month.
Wrong J month, yes.
Oops-a-daisy.
I got my J's mixed up. Okay, 1905, the first Nickelodeon opened.
You're wondering why the cartoon company's called Nickelodeon? That's why.
Yes. In 1917, King George V... English is hard.
English is very hard.
Particularly English monarchs, they're very hard.
Yes.
Changed the royal surname to Windsor. In 1944, the United States scored a major victory over Japan in the Battle of the Philippine Sea. In 1953, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were executed for treason. They were found guilty of passing atomic secrets to the Soviet Union.
And in the middle of the Cold War, they had a problem with that.
Yes. And in 1970, Carole King, who had written many #1 hits, but as a performer, had to wait till 1970 to have her first hit as a #1 hit as a performer. Now, it's got a hell of a show for you tonight. We're going to do the history of swearing.
Yes. So, ad necessity, this show will have some swear words in it. Just saying.
Okay, cope with it.
Cope with it.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't beep.
We won't bleep. But yes, it seems swearing. It's an odd thing. It's bizarre because two words that mean the same unpleasant thing, one's fine and one's offensive. Like the word poo isn't offensive, but shit is. It seems bizarre, doesn't it? That it does. But a lot of our swear words in the English language, including shit, and a few others, actually come from Germanic roots. So when the Normans invaded England, a lot of the slang terms that the Saxons had for things that are untowards became swear words, and a lot of the Normans, their words for things became like normal.
Right.
So, for example, defecate isn't because it comes from Norman, it's not considered rude.
But shit is rude.
Shit is rude because it's Germanic. This copulate is Latin. Fuck, because it's Germanic, is rude. Yes. Anyway, there is a man called Steven Pinker who studies a lot of these things. He's actually a linguist and psychologist, and he's come up with 5 categories. 5 categories for reasons of swearing and 5 categories of swear words.
Right. And,
well, we first know there's supernatural swearing, so things like Jesus Christ, damn, these are not as 120 years ago, 150 years ago.
Yeah, in Victorian England, blaspheming was
just like, oh my goodness me, you said the D word. And they come out with zounds and gadzooks.
Well, yes, well, that really
meaning God's hooks and God's wounds.
Yes.
Referring to the nails in Jesus' hands. There's another one which is to do with effluvia and its various organs. Things like shit, piss, calling someone an asshole. That's where that's from. Sexual, and of course we all know.
Yes.
Yes. That, and you might think, well, hang on, but if it's between consenting adults, what's the harm there? But we still have things like rape, incest, and that's why even though a lot of other swear words are becoming more and more accepted, a lot of sexual swear words are still very, very strong. One thing I've noticed, actually, that in a lot of YouTube videos from America, they'll bleep fuck, but they won't bleep shit. I
don't bleep when I shit either.
Bleep.
Not my thing.
Not your thing?
No.
Then there's a lot of languages, not English, but a lot of languages have diseases as swear words.
Ah.
So if your native language is Yiddish or Polish, and if you're nailing in something in a nail into a wall and you hit your thumb with the hammer, it's probably a good idea to shout cholera.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I could see someone cuts me off in traffic, I'd go, cholera!
Because that's what you do. And also, again, there's...
What, by the time he picked himself up from laughing, I'd be over my anger. Yeah, it works, yeah.
It works. And there's also, of course, the words that marginalise people, like, we'll spare the word, but the certain term that means someone of dark complexion, other words like bitch and retard also.
Fuckwit.
Fuckwit, yes. There are some lines there. There's also 5 reasons people swear. So there's dysphemism.
What?
There's a dysphemism. You know what a euphemism is, right?
Yes.
Right. So trying to soften it. No. You say, oh, I'm going to, instead of saying I'm going to the toilet, you say I'm going to have a shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a dysphemism, right? There's dysphemistic swearing, there's abusive swearing, and you're talking about people cutting you off in traffic. Yes, that's...
Calling them a cholera, yeah, that's...
Calling them cholera, yes. You were a severe stomach infection. Yes, that's abusive swearing. Emphatic swearing is just being casual and in casual conversation. You don't...
So, just casually going, shit.
Just casually going, cunt. You know, whatever. Cathartic swearing, which is basically, that's when you find the...
Blasphemy and...
Yeah, well, that's when you find the corner of the coffee table in the dark with your shin.
Do you cholera then?
Yes, you cholera, yes, that's... So you're in pain, you swear, that's... In fact, there is actually a word, there is a scientific word for the relief of pain due to swearing.
Oh, okay.
It's called alopecia.
Okay, I've never experienced, because if I bark machine it, I can swear all I like and the pain's still there. Works equally as well on tow bars. Bark machine in a tow bar, swear like a trooper, still got pain.
Still got pain? Well, it's actually, if you swear more often, that effect is less. But they actually did a study where they got a group of people and shoved their hand into freezing cold water. The people that swore could actually tolerate more pain on average.
Okay. So how come the air in a delivery room doesn't turn blue then?
I'm sure that people, like women giving birth, have probably dropped the odd expletive.
Yeah, they do.
You've been there, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Been there, held hand, listened to the expletives.
Oh, right, yes.
Had my parent questioned various other things.
Yes. So yes, that's why. That's why you just think, well, why is this word that means this thing fine and the other word that means it's... That's why. I mean, in English.
Yes.
Europeans
tend to like the disease thing, don't they? Up on your family.
Yes. shouting cholera. Actually, you know, apparently one of the most offensive swear words in Canadian French is accursed chalice. I mean, that doesn't sound much in English, but apparently in Canadian French, particularly in their more Catholic sectors of their community, shouting that is extremely rude.
And what did the Germans like?
I don't know.
No, what was that about? Was that the cow?
Oh yes, in the 16th century, if you really wanted... And look, you can try it if someone cuts you off in traffic, if you have a difficult customer at work, whatever, you can tell them to kiss the cunt of a cow. That's, you know...
Yeah. Next time I find a 16th century European being rude, I will do that at him.
Yeah. Of course. I can imagine just someone walking into like a shop with like the
jerk in the hat, the whole thing.
Okay, anyway, some people got born.
Yes, some people got born today. In 1566, James Stuart, King of Scotland, King James IV of Scotland, who was also King James I of England, he was born on this day. In 1861, Field Marshal... Margle, yeah. he was also a non-magical person in the Harry Potter universe.
That's Muggle.
Douglas Haig was born on this day. He went on to become the head of the British Army in the Western Front in World War I.
But isn't it like the enemy's attacking and you just go, Expelliarmus, and they just...
No.
No? No?
In 1896, divorcee Wallace Simpson was born. She went on to become the Duchess of Windsor and married the Duke of Windsor, who was going to be Edward VIII. In 1897, Mo Howard, Mo from the Three Stooges, was born. In 1903, Lou Gehrig, who had the unenviable fame of having a unknown disease named after him.
Gehrig's disease.
Yes, Lou Gehrig's disease. 1945, Aung San Suu Kyi was born, a Burmese pro-democracy advocate and
Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Don't whinge about voting, because she's risked her life to have for the Burmese people to have a vote.
Yes, yes.
Like, so don't you whinge about voting.
No. In 1962, Paula Abdul was born. So that's us for tonight. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, but if you like us, hit like. If you don't like us, inflict this on your friends.
Swearing and everything.
Yes, and we'll see you on the dark side.
We
He's
got cookies. No, he has more cookies. Bye.
Bye.